Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and place to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me. Boop, Debsy. Happy, what was I gonna say, Wednesday. Happy Saturday. I hope everybody is having a wonderful weekend and had a great day. Grab your water or your favorite beverage, and let's say hello to February 1st. We have 1 month down, and it was the longest 75 days of my life. So tonight we are going to I'm finally going to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I have been doing quite a bit this past week, so I have not been on every day, but we are going to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I have all of my notes, so let's get into it. Okay, Rachel goes to visit Erica. Rachel and Erica get along very well. So first of all, I talk about the dinner party. Now, Erica is correct. Like, how are all the ladies to know that Friday was the anniversary of Amanda's son passing? She did talk about it. She did mention it briefly at Jennifer Tilly's paint and sip and paint party. But she did not mention the date. So if she didn't go in and tell people ahead of time, like, hey, just a heads up, if I seem out of it, it's just because today is the anniversary of the passing of one of my twin sons, Zion. That's what, listen, if that were me, I probably wouldn't even be there. But if I did go, I would probably walk in and say something like that, like right off the bat. Like, I'm sorry. If I seem a little distant at times, it's not anybody here. It's just, and then I would say. So, but here's the thing. Once again, I will say, I still don't think Dorit should have said anything. So there's that. And then Rachel was like, hey, let me ask you a question. Do you like it when people talk on the phone really loudly when you're driving in a car? And they both hated that. And I can see I hate that. But I agree with Rachel. Rachel is like, she is very performative. Like, she's like, she's, look at me, like, she's saying everything loudly to make sure everybody hears what she's talking about. It's very performative. Everything she says is to impress. I 100% completely agree. So on the other end of town, speaking of Amanda, Kyle and Amanda are meeting at this home furnishings place. I think it's called, yeah, I know, I'm gonna be getting this done. Canyon Creative Studio. It's for like home furnishings. They talked about the party, the dinner party, Rachel's dinner party. And Amanda was like, my body was not doing well. I was having multiple breakdowns. I was crying. I didn't get any sleep. My body was thrown off. She said that Amanda says Dorit disrespected her and disrespected her son's memory. Says that isn't how classy women behave. Classy women don't behave like that. But really also what bothers Amanda is that Dorit verbally accosted her with aggression rather than a question. And also because Amanda told Dorit that she had trouble gathering her thoughts because of her grief, and Dorit just kept going. Once again, listen, I completely agree that Dorit should have stopped when Amanda mentioned Zion's passing, but also Amanda did continue to answer questions. She did continue to talk about it. When they did the playback, I don't feel like the tone was aggressive. It wasn't, I didn't feel like it was overly aggressive on Dorit's part. And listen, 100% agree. If this right here throws her off and throws her body into disarray and really alters her, like, her mental well-being, I don't know that this is not the show for you. Like, this encounter was tame. I mean, if she would watch any of the other encounters, you know, any of the other one-on-ones, or conversations in any of the other seasons, this was pretty tame. Also, Kyle, fuck you. How dare you compare Amanda Francis to Crystal Kongmikov? How dare you compare Amanda to Crystal? Because here's the thing. Crystal, when Crystal uses a word, Crystal's smart enough to know what the word means. As we see later on, when Amanda uses the phrase you verbally accosted me at a dinner. I would like to go to a dinner party without being verbally accosted. And then she had to pull out her phone and Google it and look and make sure that she was using the right word. Crystal knew exactly what violated. Crystal knew the meaning of the word. So please don't ever in any universe compare the two. And another thing, you know, Amanda was so quick to be like, I just wrote my book. What do you mean? A ghostwriter. I just sat down and wrote my book. That's all I did. I just sat down and wrote my book. And you don't know that you did that, but you still don't know the meaning of accosted. Okay. So Dorit, who is it? Dorit, Kyle, Bose, and Bose's best friend, Summer, she's been best friends with her for like 34 years. They met in high school. They meet for lunch. Summer's going through a divorce also. So this, they have a lot to talk about. They have a lot in common. And Kyle says, listen, because Dorit was like, what was your thought when you saw the first picture of Mo with another woman? And she was like, my first thought when I saw it was, I felt like I wanted to file for divorce. And she, from time to time, will think of it also whenever they're on like a family vacation, because even though the family's together, she feels just like invisible to Mo, because he'll be on his phone. He won't really be, they don't really talk that much. They'll stay like in separate rooms and everything. So she feels kind of like, she feels invisible to him. But then when they get home, they're friendly. So that feeling of filing goes away. And Dorit asks Kyle, do you think maybe the reason why you don't file is because, like, in the back of your mind, there's a part of you that thinks that you could get back together? As soon as she mentions that, who walks through the door but Mo? Mauricio walks right on through. Now listen, I'm going to tell you, I always thought Mauricio was the best looking Real Housewives husband. I always thought that. So when Bose at the end is like, I get why Kyle, you know, is attracted to him, because listen, he is charismatic. He's very charismatic. Oh, he's very good looking. He got that dark hair, down with a little bit of salt and pepper. And even though he wears stacks and stacks of bracelets, he started with that stacks and stacks of bracelets. You know, he's very attractive. So he walks in right into the hen house. And listen, this was odd because Mo says he's never thought of filing. Kyle jokes and she was like, well, I thought of filing when he makes me mad. But the thing is, he loves, like, he'd been out on the town even before they decided to separate. So why wouldn't he just not file? Like, you can't say, well, the kids are young because the kids are older. Why? I mean, is it financial? Does he not want to give her? Maybe. I mean, because once again, out there, 10 years, if you're in 10 years, then they get half. That could be it. That's probably it. That has to be it, because he doesn't make any, like, there's no pretending that he wants to be married anymore. You know, there's no pretending on his end. That has to be why, because of the money. Then Morit. Sure, it's Mo and Dorit. Then Morit. Mo and Dorit start talking. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Remember, I don't know if you heard, but there was a rumor, there's always been that rumor that something was going on between Dorit and Mauricio, but the two of them started talking, and they were kind of like Dorit was here and Mo was here, and they were kind of like, he turned a little bit to look at her and talk to her, and there were a couple times when I was like, because there was rumors that when him and Kyle separated and PK and Dorit separated, there was a rumor that she was seen coming out of his house. This is all rumors. This is all allegedly. Allegedly, they had seen her coming out in the morning from his place. Allegedly. That's what I had read someplace. But there was a part in there where I was like, and Kyle like turned to look at them and was looking a little like, not like, but like, like looking maybe a little extra harder at them. Could it happen? No, listen, crazier things have happened. But Dorit says she would like to meet with him because he knows PK's side of the story. Now she wants him to hear her side. And hopefully he can take information back to PK, because she wants them to have to be friendly co-parenting. You know what I mean? So it makes it easier on the kids. And PK agrees. He's like, yep, anytime you want to talk to me, we can talk, and I'll listen without any response. And like she said, hopefully you can take my words back to PK and it can get a little better. Dorit then says to Mauricio, very emphatically, I'm going to get your phone number and message you at will. Now, wait a minute. And then, as I was thinking this in my head, they played the scene, one of the scenes from last season where everybody went out and Dorit really, really came after Kyle for still, texting PK. And everybody was up in arms. Listen, I was up in arms myself. I thought, I don't know, that I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want somebody to do that. Yeah, hold up. You had a huge problem with Kyle texting PK, but this is all right for you. Just call Mauricio at any time. That's a little hypocritical. They also talked about Rachel's dinner. Dorit said, listen, if I knew about the passing, then I never would have even brought it up. Okay, she says that, and I believe that, but she did continue the conversation. She was telling, Dorit was conveying everything that happened at the party to Rachel. And she said, you know, I did talk about it. She says, well, did you continue the conversation? She said, I did. And the question was why? And Dorit said, well, because we were in the middle of a conversation. That's okay. I mean, you asked her about it, and then she answered the question. She saw that it wasn't going to go her way, and then she mentioned her son's passing. That's when you should have shut it down and said, oh, I'm so sorry. We can talk about this some other time. I'm sorry. And that should have been it. So even if you were in the middle of a conversation, you could have cut the conversation off. But she also says, and she continued it, which is true. I mean, Amanda did, after she had mentioned her son's passing, Dorit had said, she asked her, would you like to consider this or not? And she kept talking. So, I mean, while I think ultimately Dorit should have shut it down after that, but so that's why she continued on with it. And Bose had said that she understands, like she feels for Amanda losing a child because Bose had lost a child as well. It's a terrible thing to grieve. It's just, your heart never mends. But there's one thing if you bring it up and you just address it versus what Amanda did, which was throwing up as a defense. Like when somebody starts with a question and then you answer it and you don't think that it's not going to go the way that you want it to, and then you throw up that, it shouldn't be used as a defense is what she's saying. And I agree. Dorit then also mentions that Amanda wrote that she was in a cult, that Amanda was in a cult. I wonder which one. And they think like, well, wait, is this like the cracking of the perfect life that Amanda has curated and presented for everybody to see? Okay. There's also news breaks that Rachel filed for divorce. So she filed for divorce, and on that same morning, news broke that she had filed for divorce. I don't know why I thought she was already divorced, but she was separated. And what triggered her to do was just like a bunch of bad decisions had accumulated up. And one of them was that her sons were going away to summer camp. Her ex was there, but also her ex's girlfriend was there to like see her sons off. And I guess that was just like the last straw. There were no prenups. And here's the thing. Here is another thing that I love about Rachel Zoe. She's like, there's no prenups. She doesn't want to get spousal support, and she doesn't want to give it. She's like, we both have moved on. We have new lives. We're starting new lives with new people. So why should I pay for that? Or why should he pay for that? Absolutely, 100%. They both make money. So why should one person pay for the other person? That's exactly correct. In this situation, absolutely, because they both have money. It's not like he is destitute and he has no money to his name. I absolutely respect that And that's another reason why I like Rachel so. Okay, so Kyle and Mo visit Amanda. Amanda, remember, bought Kyle's Bel Air house. And immediately, as soon as she got in the house, she tore everything down, including that black and white floor. So Amanda invited them over to see the renovations on her old house. Before Mo gets there, Amanda and Kyle are talking. And Kyle mentions she is having like a birthday party, a co-birthday party for Erica and Dorit. The reason being is because it seems like things are moving in a good direction between Kyle and Dorit, and she just wants to get back to where she was with Dorit. Like, it seems like now, like that first episode back, it didn't seem, and Jennifer Tilly's party, it didn't seem like it was going well. But now it seems like it's on a good path back to maybe not exactly where it was, but maybe close. Listen, before Mo even arrived, I thought, I don't think this is going to be a happy time for Kyle. I think she's going to be triggered. I don't know that this is going to turn out well for Kyle. Because you're going to walk through and you're going to remember just like all of the memories that you made in this house. And they showed, when they're walking through, they show that flashback of Portia when she was so little and she was answering the phone, and just memories of like the white party and all the fun that they had there. It really does affect her. And I can completely understand why. As someone who is very sentimental, and I get very attached to not only like people, but I get attached to things, I completely understand that. I'm going to tell you, listen, this is just my opinion. In my opinion, that house looked better when Kyle and Mauricio had it, because now, back then when they had it, it looked rich. Now, and it had some character to it, but now it looks sterile. Like, the only thing that I will say that I really do like, the only thing that I did like was that shower. I mean, that shower, that was huge. You could fit like 6 people in there. That was huge. And I wouldn't have anybody in there except for me. But other than that, I didn't think it had any character or anything like that. I did like the idea of having one wall be like her kids' artwork. That I liked. I did like that. And then Kyle and Mauricio then talk, and I said it, I called it. Kyle started crying and was just thinking about like the past, and she's thinking about the memories, and he is just thinking about real estate. Like, in his mind, to me, it looked like he was just his real estate, persona came out, and he was just looking at it as a house, where she was looking at it as memories, and this is where our family was last happy. She even says that this is where we were last happy. And what would have happened if we never left? Like, maybe we wouldn't have separated. But that's not true. And I think she knows that, because they grew apart, they just grew apart. I mean, they could have, even if they would have stayed there, the problems would have still come. You would still have the same problems. Okay. Eddie and Amanda, before the dinner, Eddie and Amanda are talking, and Amanda's like, listen, I found out that this is a co-birthday dinner for Erica and Dorit. And there's something in my eye. For Erica and Dorit, I don't want to go in guns blazing and ruin someone's birthday dinner. over what happened. I don't want to do that. And Eddie's like, well, listen, here's what you do. If Dorit brings it up, then insist on talking about it, then let her rip. That's it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not a fan of Amanda's at all, but that's it. That's what it has to be. Okay, so the birthday dinner. Kyle mentions to just the table in general, that she visited her old house, which is now Amanda's house. And they're talking about like how when it went on the market and there were renters, and then Amanda bought it. And Amanda said, when we bought it, she says, when we bought it, sorry, it was my money. I bought it. Excuse me? Why did you just have to blurt that out? Like, why exactly? I'm with Rachel. That didn't add like any value to the discussion or the conversation. Like, we bought it. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It was my money. I bought it. Ew. No. So then Dorit arrives. And listen, thank God Dorit didn't hear it. But Amanda took like kind of like a little bit of a cheap shot. And she said to Kyle, oh, well, what time were we supposed to be here? Dorit didn't hear it, but that was a shot that, she's going in and she's saying she doesn't want to start at somebody's birthday party, but doesn't she? Okay. So Dorit arrives. Rachel and Dorit are talking, and Rachel like immediately, it seemed like it was immediately, then started talking about her divorce, and brings up her divorce filing. She says she didn't file sooner because the linguistics of her new life, she was very busy with that. She says she misses the man that he used to be. And Dorit's like, I know, it's the exact same thing with me, yes. But she keeps saying, everything is good. Or should she say everything is fine or everything is good? I think she says everything is good. But, and she repeated it a few times, and it kind of reminded me of like, if you're not totally 100% okay with something, and then you say it a few times, to make yourself believe that it's true, like when you say, it's good. Yes, it's good. Everything's good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And then you're really trying to be like, okay, if I say it enough, then it'll maybe catch on. So, and here's the thing. Rachel, she had been with her ex for 33 years. She's been with him for 33 years. They have 2 sons. They have a lot of history. So to see that they separated and then he immediately moved on, that would be tough. I don't think when she says everything is good, I don't 100% believe her on that. It's like you have to, like I said, when you keep saying everything is good, is it really? So, like I said, 33 years with somebody, that's a long time. You have a lot of history, and like I said, he moved on quickly after her. Okay, here's another thing. I agree with Jennifer Tilly because Natalie, now here's the thing. Natalie, I think, would be maybe, let's see more of Natalie. Would Natalie be like a better fit than, say, Amanda? This has to be Amanda's first. Amanda has to be a one and done. She has got to be. But yeah, Natalie tells us about a story where she went to get a massage and then got a little bit more intimate with the massage artist. Oh, should I say artist? With the masseur. If it's a man, it's a masseur. Is it? And when it's a lady, is it a masseuse? Am I making up the word masseur? Please tell me is masseur a word? I'm going to use masseur. I'm thinking a masseuse is a lady. Either way, the person that was doing the massage, the masseur, they got intimate. They got grown up on the table. And Jennifer Tilly was like, I would not want to be the next person getting a massage on that table. No, thank you. Exactly. No, thank you. Could I have a table that doesn't have any bodily fluids here? Can I get that? A wipe up, clean up on aisle here, please. Okay, so Dorit then, she's, talking to people. Oh, Kyle, I love you in that green. Oh, blah, blah. Starts talking, and immediately Amanda just gets up and leaves. She's like, I have to go. And she just goes and leaves. I guess Dorit says something like, is she manifesting me to leave or something, or what? So Dorit says to Amanda, she does acknowledge her, and she says, I'm glad to see you tonight. I think we just need to clear the air. And Amanda says, would you like to go somewhere to talk about it? And Dorit's like, here's okay. Okay, it's okay here. I just need to have a conversation. And Amanda says, I need to be able to go to a dinner party without being verbally accosted. And then pulls out her phone to look at the definition of verbally accosted or accosted. And do you see what I'm saying? Number one, don't compare Crystal to Amanda. Crystal knows the definition of the word she's going to use, okay? And Amanda clearly does not. Also, do you see why that throws a little doubt in my mind that she sat down and wrote her book all on her own? So that's it. That's where we leave it. We're going to they'll pick up Thursday on that point right there. So listen, if you guys watched, please let me know what you thought in the comments, of course. In the comments, let me know what you thought if you watched. Also, if nobody told you yet today, listen, you are loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there in the world so it comes right back at you. Please always take care of one another, and let's place kindness out there because it is sorely needed and it is free. Please be aware of your surroundings, be smart and safe. Let's drink a whole bunch of water like I did. And if you're in a dangerous situation, please know that Dolly and I are sending our love, thoughts, prayers, and positive energy your way so you make it through. I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye.